Hey everyone, it's Ian Somerhalder here with Sense Magazine. I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to answer some questions. I wish I could be in China to do this, but when I can travel, I'll be back. My proudest achievement, other than the success I've had from television or business, my proudest achievement is my daughter, my little one, for sure. There's no doubt about it. Nothing can touch that level of achievement and how much I love her. Well, I mean, that's actually a really interesting question. You know, the way I work is, and it's not for everyone, but in order for me to make the words on the page real for me, right, is to connect pieces of each line, each paragraph, each scene to something that's happened to me in my life, or something that could happen to me in my life. And that allows me to be connected to each and every single word. Now, by the way, in varying degrees of success, right? It's not always perfect, but it's what I do. So there's a lot of me. I mean, with Damon, there was a lot of Damon that was me. There's a lot of me in Damon, a lot of my father in Damon, actually. The thing about Damon is, while he was violent, which I'm not, but while he was a really crazy, fun character, the things that I had in common with Damon were the things. Damon knew what it was like to be in love. Damon knew what it was like to be in a fight with his brother. Damon knew what it was like to feel alone. Damon knew a lot of the things that Ian feels and knows as well. And so by bringing these elements of me into the character, it makes it real for me. Hopefully real for you. Again, there are only varying degrees of this, right? Like I didn't make it work every time, although I tried. At a very early age, I knew at 6 years old that I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to be a veterinarian, and I wanted to be a marine biologist because I grew up on the water. Actually, I knew that I wanted to be a marine biologist up until the time I was about 10. But I loved acting, and my mother, we had no money, but my mother would take off work sometimes to drive me to auditions in our local town so that I could read for plays. And I loved it. I would do all the plays in school, all the local theater, but when I was about 10, I always wanted to be a marine biologist. A friend of ours, a very well-educated friend of ours, said to me, "So you want to be a marine scientist, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I want to protect the oceans." And this man that I grew up with said, "So you basically want to ask people for money for projects and things that no one cares about." I was 10 years old. Can you imagine that? And so I thought about it, and my mom spent every dollar we ever had to get me acting and modeling classes. And it worked. And now, as an actor, I get to work with the greatest marine scientists in the world, and it all worked out, and it's all great, which is actually a really great story. But that's how I got to that place. 2020 has been a very, need I say, a difficult time for the world, for all of us, right? I do have new plans, and I have learned a lot. I've built Immortal. I built this incredible company to help people feel better, feel healthier, feel more inspired, feel good. This time that we've had to take off in 2020 has really given me the ability to do that. The reason that we decided to launch in China first is because China is such a powerful, amazing landmass, this group of people who I love, and I've spent so much time. I've been working in China since 2006, so I've seen this amazing thing happen in China. So it's been quite extraordinary understanding and learning the country, its people, and I'm really excited to launch this. Can't wait. Well, right now I'm wearing my favorite t-shirt, which I got when I was shooting a movie about Marco Polo in 2006. It wasn't that the movie was very good, unfortunately, but the experience was one of the most transformative times of my entire life. I got to live in China 4 months or something with a guide and a translator and a whole team around me playing Marco Polo, but I got to see the whole country. I got to see Outer Mongolia, I got to see the Yinchuan province, the Gobi Desert, Beijing, Shanghai. I was at one point all the way to the east, all the way to the west, all the way to the north, all the way to the south, and everywhere in between. I got to spend some amazing time in one of my favorite cities in China, Hangzhou, which I love, which is where Marco Polo lived. And in that experience, to me, being and experiencing these really ancient lands in China was transformative. So that's my favorite shirt. BD Wong gave us this shirt, and the pronunciation I think is Gomer, which is obviously my buddy. I grew up as a model. I grew up in the fashion world, and for me, yes, it's a lot of fun and it's always new and it's always changing. But for me now, becoming an environmentalist and understanding that fashion is one of the most destructive industries in the whole world, that fast fashion to me makes no sense. When I buy a garment, I've had this shirt since 2006. It's 2020. When I buy something, I buy it because I know I want to have it for a long time. And I just don't think that we're in a place where humanity can just buy a shirt to wear it for 1 week and throw it away, and because it's inexpensive. Cheap does not mean good. And I don't feel that connection to something just always changing and turning. I'm a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy. I love beautiful fabrics, but when I look at something that's sustainable and going forward into the world, to me, the greatest fashion companies are going to be the ones that are not just sustainable, but the ones that are regenerative. Regeneration is going to be the future of business. The companies with the triple bottom lines: people, planet, profit. That's going to be the future of business, and I'm excited to be a part of that. For me, fashion is about comfort, it's about style, it's about expressing yourself, but it's also about not destroying the environment just so you can express yourself every week with a different shirt or a pair of pants, It's important. Honestly, in 10 years, living a very different life than I'm living. I see myself living on a farm. I see myself raising my babies on a farm, taking them to big cities to show them and teach them. But for me, it's about growing my own food, really getting back to nature, not having a smartphone, having a flip phone, maybe just having a landline phone. And for me, the future is about regeneration. In 10 years, I will own, manage, or lease countless farms. Hopefully in 10 years, hundreds of them around the world that will be using, and hopefully some in China, using plants to pull down the carbon out of the atmosphere and put it into the ground safely where it belongs. And that is what my 10-year plan is. Build Immortal Ritual to be a huge multinational, multi-billion-dollar company, and my bourbon company, and Brothers Bond, and use those important funds to basically build a regenerative agriculture system, especially for my family, but for the world around me as well. And financing that is a big deal to me. So your help in helping me and our team build Immortal Ritual is really going to help the planet. And China, you are the huge key. It's such a big, beautiful, amazing country. Your participation in this is key. You are the key. So that's another great question. These are all really great questions. So thank you, Sense Magazine. One thing that I care most during this stage of my life is not only being healthy, but raising my family to be healthy and amazing parts of society, using business to change the course of the planet. And with Immortal Ritual, due to the fact that it is an agricultural company, that elements that come into our beautiful drink, that we can use agriculture again to pull carbon out of the air, create oxygen, change, and stop climate change. These are really big things for me. And so that's really what I'm feeling right now. In this stage in my life, and I've spent so much time and energy, building this company, our baby. And in this stage in my life, for me, it's about helping people, because it's hard out there, right? It's hard to know what to do. It's hard to know what to take. It's hard to know what to eat and drink to make yourself feel better. And I went through 20 years of experience, the best trainers and doctors and chemists in the world, to understand what I needed to do in this stage of my life, which is create something, a community, a product to help people feel better. And so in this stage of my life, for me, it's about getting healthy, providing for my family like everyone else. And so that's why in this stage of my life, I'm excited to bring this to the world. Look how beautiful that is. It's just a little mint, a little lemon, the mint I grew in my garden, the lemon I grew in my garden, and Immortal Ritual. Flyberry Immortal Ritual. And this is what I'm doing, is raising my family and building this company to help people. That's where I am as a person right now. It is so good. Couple of spirit animals. Growing up, the whale was always my favorite animal. Giant and majestic and beautiful, and swim the entire length of the earth, basically. Family, warm-blooded mammal. The other one is the elephant. I've had the incredible opportunity to connect with these incredible creatures. I love being with them. I love feeding them. I've had the opportunity to camp in the bush in Africa with them. I just love them. So that concludes our interview. I'm so grateful for the questions. I'm so grateful for Sense Magazine. Thank you for allowing me to talk about this thing that I love so dearly, that I cannot wait for you to try. This is, for me, transformative and revolutionary. And in the Chinese market, I want to make it incredibly revolutionary. And something that people just enjoy. That whether it's in the morning or whether it's at a cafe in the afternoon during work or at the gym or you're going out at night, this is a platform that we've built. This also mixes with alcohol, and I can't wait for you to try it. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you.